Welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
We get to talk about coffee today.
I'm so excited.
Because we like talking about coffee. And what's better is coffee at church. That's just a great thing. So speaking of, I forgot to ask, are you drinking coffee? What coffee are you having?
I am absolutely drinking coffee. It's a delicious cold brew today.
Cold brew.
I
Nice.
love cold brew.
Well, there are lots of coffee options at a new place called Higher Groundz. It's at Zion Lutheran Church in Maryland Heights, which is right here in the St. Louis area. Joining us today, the Reverend Mark Femmel. He's pastor at Zion Lutheran Church in Maryland Heights and at Higher Groundz Coffee and Tea. Pastor Femmel, thanks for joining us on the Coffee Hour.
Thank you for having me.
Now, are you having a coffee right now too, as well, Pastor?
I have one of our beautiful red cups with Higher Groundz on the side. It's a sunrise. Higher Groundz Coffee and Tea is our new coffee shop, and I am enjoying a mocha with cinnamon and caramel put in there, and it is a wonderful combination. I got to say, one of my favorite drinks since we started our coffee shop here, coffee and tea shop, is a raspberry mocha.
Yes,
it is amazing. It's like chocolate covered strawberries, but obviously since it's raspberry, our flavoring just nails it. It's got the zing. So you swallow it, and you're drinking like chocolate covered raspberries, and it even has that tart zing of a raspberry, and it's exciting. It's like a dessert that you slowly eat for an hour and a half.
There's like a new job opening here, the coffee connoisseur, that will give you like the full taste profile of your drink that day.
Is that like the what is the sommelier?
Yeah.
Someone who knows wine. So it sounds like Pastor Femmel's on his way to being a coffee sommelier. So, Pastor, what prompted the idea for this new coffee and tea shop at Zion Lutheran Church, the Higher Groundz?
So about 4 or 5 years ago, I decided coffee shops are like the watering ground of our culture right now. Rich people drink coffee, poor people drink coffee, middle class people drink coffee. Men drink coffee, women drink coffee. And by coffee, I mean coffee and tea, right? The whole thing. Kids like it, adults like it, older people like it, middle-aged people like it. It's a thing that reaches every level of our community. And we're supposed to reach every level of our communities with the gospel of Jesus. And I thought there's got to be some way. So I looked for our nearest coffee shop, which is about 8 minutes away at Westport. And it's sort of difficult to get in there. It's great if you're already working there. But as I talked with them, the baristas and the manager there, not many people drive by there because, on their way somewhere else, because it's just kind of hard to get to. But I was there every Monday afternoon and every Thursday morning for almost a year doing coffee shop pastor. I had this neon yellow sign that said, I'm a local pastor here for your questions, answers, prayer requests, and encouragement needs. And as I was there for the first week or two, nobody walked up. But I knew to be patient. But after that, I started knowing people by name, knowing their stories, them knowing my stories. And we just did life together, and they would come up with the most just out of the blue questions, about gay marriage, where the Bible came from, how do we know about Jesus? Weren't the scriptures like made up by the church? I mean, just all sorts of strange questions. Evolution, creation, and I realized, man, a church that has a coffee shop could have this kind of relationship with everyone in their community. So then we have a big old space in our church that used to be our fellowship hall. It's currently our fellowship hall now, but it's been renovated to be a full service coffee and tea place. And already we have people who are Christian that don't come to our church checking in and bringing friends and bringing family. And what's really exciting is people who aren't even Christian, even they are starting to make this their regular hangout. And we've only been open for like 16 days. We are insanely excited about this. Yeah. And what is really awesome. And I tell our baristas this, every time you hand somebody a hot black coffee or a frozen white chocolate mocha with raspberry and caramel whip, anything in between, green matcha tea, anytime you hand something to somebody, you are a small pebble off balancing out every bad experience that they've ever had with a Christian. Somebody with a cross cuts them off on the road. And then, they're like, oh, those Jesus people. And I said, every time they come in, they get a good drink, good experience, have a good date, have a good business meeting, a good interview, read the scripture on our wall, or even put something on our prayer board, which is a public board. People are just having great experiences. And we're going to have tons of events in that same space. I'm in that space right now, actually, but we're going to have it in the same space. Tons of events, just things from how to build your own cabinets to tune up your own lawnmower, have a herb garden, build your own video game computer system, how to do surround sound, how to give a great foot rub, just tons of events. And with those, we'll mix in stuff like how to pray. Where did Jesus come from? How, what's the Bible? Catholics and Lutheranism, just all sorts of things. And people can, if they're a bold Christian, they can invite them to the How to Pray 1 hour sit down single serving event. If they're not a bold Christian, they can invite them to the how to reupholster your couch. And then they'll see these other events that are coming up. And then, they can have a conversation about, hey, do you want to come to this painting class where we paint a Bible picture or a Bible verse? It's a tremendous way for us to reach every corner of our community.
So it sounds like the aim of all of this is to be a beacon, I guess, in your community, and to bring people in and tell them about Jesus. Is that on the right track?
That is 100% the vision and the goal, and why our congregation has decided to renovate the space.
That's awesome.
Some communities, a food pantry is the number one thing that's necessary. Other communities, a thrift shop. Other communities, marriage enrichment seminars. Other communities, financial planning. With our community, it's such a diverse community of all sorts of different groups, especially since we're so close to the highway, that coffee just gives us a tremendous opportunity to reach into all sorts of corners of the community.
Yeah.
The people, the introverted, the extroverted, they all have coffee and tea and smoothies and hot chocolate in common.
And it's so easy to have a conversation with coffee. I mean, it just makes it so much nicer to talk, even if you don't normally talk all the time. So you've mentioned several drinks, but what are you currently serving?
So anything that you can get at a deluxe coffee shop, you can get here. So we have, if I remember, 20 different flavors, from caramel to English toffee to cinnamon, cherry. We even have smoothies like strawberry, peach, mango smoothies. We have mandarin orange smoothies. Our signature drink right now is a white chocolate mocha. You can get it hot, over ice, or frozen. And then there's caramel drizzled into the cup, caramel in it, and caramel on top of the whipped cream. And that is by far our most popular drink. We also have sugar-free options, dairy-free options. It is the whole thing. And it is so exciting. It is so exciting because you're right. Coffee is a low commitment event. You can just come, you can get a cup of coffee, and it's so casual, but you can go so deep. It can go both ways. It's such a gift. It is such a gift that this is a part of us carrying our cross, that we get to just hang out with people, do life, bring joy to each other, and build great relationships.
So tell us about the hours and the location for those who might not be familiar with Maryland Heights.
Sure. So the best way to find us is to go to our website, which is ZionMH, ZION, for Maryland Heights, zionmh.org. Brand new website, renovated, just beautifully crafted. I can say that because I did not do it. Sometimes pastors do varieties of things at their churches, but designing the website was not one of mine. And it is a gorgeous website. But we are, if you're familiar with the St. Louis area, 270 circles most of the city. And if you go just south of Highway 70 and 270, it's a street called Dorset, northwest corner. Our address is 12075 Dorset Road. It's in Maryland Heights, 63043. Currently, our hours are 6 a.m. to noon, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Our grand opening is going to be next Tuesday. So if you're listening to this, or if you even know anybody, please invite them to come hang out at our grand opening on next Tuesday, August 4. We're going to be open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and we're hoping that those will be our new hours. But at our grand opening on Tuesday, all drinks are going to be $2. So you can get like any of these sort of flavors of a protein drink, which is about a $6 thing to get this like really high protein smoothie. It's like a $6 thing, but you can get it for like $2, or you can get raspberry mochas, just $2, which is a huge discount. We just want the community to find us, to try us out, and to just start hanging out with us. So that is our next big event.
Grand opening coming up on Tuesday
August
next
4th.
week.
Yeah.
August 4th. Very good. During this time with social distancing requirements and things like that, it sounds like you've got a big space there. How are you accommodating all the requirements for social distancing and things like that during this time?
So our baristas are wearing masks from the time they come onto the property, and when they leave, they just continue to keep a safe space. They're regularly cleaning, so anytime somebody sits at a table, that table is then wiped down and reset, so that way it's a clean environment. All of our tables are spaced at least 6 feet apart. We do have a few tables set up for larger groups like families when they come in. You can all be within 6 feet, but most of our tables are 2-seaters, so that way you can kind of grab a table, kind of hang out, work on a project, go on a date, whatever you're doing. But then our baristas, whenever they're working on drinks, they're wearing gloves, just so that way people can feel and be even safer. And yeah, we're following all the county guidelines. They're steep, they're strict, but they're trying to do their best to keep everybody healthy and safe. And it's important to keep people healthy, keep people safe, and to help them feel safe by doing all those measures. So
no one has to worry about coming within 6 feet of people while they get their delicious coffee, and you can hang out and drink coffee, which is obviously one of my favorite pastimes. I want to know if you actually have a favorite drink yet, or if like everything is your favorite.
So I keep saying this raspberry stuff. It's just a really, really fascinating flavor. It's just not a normal flavor that you generally have. You go to the store and you can get a little thing of raspberries and it's only like $6. So I've been enjoying either a raspberry hot mocha or a raspberry cold brew. That's been pretty interesting. One of our baristas yesterday, I said, "Hey, what do you recommend? What are you dealing today?" And she said, "I would like to give you a coconut mocha."
Ooh.
Yeah, and coconut's not my favorite flavor, but growing up, my parents loved Mounds bars. I don't know if you ever had a Mounds bar.
Mm-hmm.
There's something special about that. So when I was drinking this, it just struck me. I was drinking my childhood right there. It was really nice.
Pastor Fimmel, how can we follow what's going on at Higher Grounds events and things like that?
Yeah, if you want to check out we're on Facebook. We got a really cool Facebook page that we're constantly managing. If you like it, or if you follow our Facebook page, it's just Higher Grounds, and that's with a Z. I should have mentioned that earlier. Higher Grounds. It ends with a Z right there. But if you search for us on Facebook, you'll find us. Today, from like 9 to 10, we're constantly trying to run specials to give people opportunity to come by. We're not trying to shake anybody down, but we had a special from 9 to 10 today that said all mochas, teas, and lattes are only $1.50. And that comes with all the flavors and sizes and everything. So if you like us on Facebook, you're going to get those notifications whenever we're kind of running a special. And one of the things that we're excited about that we can do is blessing groups of our community. So not next week, because next week's your grand opening, but August 10th through the 15th, every drink that we sell, we're going to donate $1 to Thrive. So it's a great organization. They've done tremendous things. I was meeting with Levi Hart from Thrive, and over 100 ladies were brought to Jesus just last year, and I believe the number he shared was 1,200 babies were saved just last year through Thrive, and we're honored to be a blessing to them. So if you stop by between August 10th and 15th, $1 from every drink is going to go straight to Thrive. Also, if you know any teachers or anybody who works for a school district, as school starts up from August 24 to 29, anybody who comes in with a school ID for like employment, like they work there, every drink's going to be $2. I can't imagine the stressfulness of trying to teach a split classroom with Zoom and half kids there, half kids not, and then just your own concerns of childcare and your own health and well-being. So if you're a teacher or custodian, a principal, a teacher's aide, an office tech, superintendent from August 24 to 29. All drinks with a school ID are only $2. So stop by, check us out on Facebook.
Pastor Mark Femmel, Zion Lutheran Church, Maryland Heights, and Higher Grounds Coffee and Tea. Grand opening next week. Thanks so much, Pastor Femmel, for sharing with us about the new Higher Grounds Coffee and Tea.
Thank you for all that you do and for being a part of what God's working here at Zion.
You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@kfuo.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.